Sky.fm. Smooth Jazz.
Show. This is Jimmy King in London. Jimmy King on his own at the moment because Steph is away picking up Jessy J, who's going to be joining us on the show very, very shortly. And my apologies that we're on late, but the reason being that, we just had video hookup problems. It means that you may get a slightly degraded video signal because we've had to push a little button which says sort of make allowances, to put it mildly. There you go. So hopefully it's all as you wish it would be, and it might improve as things go on, or it might not, but you never know. Keep your fingers crossed. It is the live show from London. I appropriately started with that one because it's called Get on the Dance Floor. The reason being, and the reason why Jessy J is coming, because she's in London, because tomorrow night is New Year's Eve and we're going to be at Pizza Express. You're going to be able to see, if you're coming, you'll be able to see me with the Smooth Jazz Disco. You'll be able to see Jessy J with G-Funk, which is the alter ego of Acoustic Alchemy. So it looks like it's going to be a riotous evening. I was going to be sort of upselling it, but to be honest with you, there's about 6 tickets left, so upselling's not necessary. However, I did think you were wondering to yourself, what is a smooth jazz disco like? So I've been putting together a little bit of mixing and stuff, and I thought I'd give you a snippet of what people are going to be getting if they come to Pizza Express tomorrow night. Here we go. This is, you start with a disco beat, obviously, and then you add a bit of old school stock aitken Waterman, and then mix in a bit of smooth jazz. Simple as that. This is one of the mixes from tomorrow night. I'll run it for about 15 minutes. You can get an idea of what they're all going to get. running, I forgot to say, if you've just joined the live show and you've never seen it before because you're listening on Sky FM Smooth Jazz, then you can join us. We have a video feed, thankfully, at last. And you can join us at skyfmliveshow.com. That is www.skyfmliveshow.com. I'll try and get a few hellos in before Jessy gets here. After that, we'll be looking for questions for Jessy J. So get yourself prepared for that. And if you head over to that URL I just gave you, you'll find there's a chat room there where you can join in with the fun with everybody here in the studio as well. Again, it's www.skyfmliveshow.com. If you've got anything to ask Jessy J, that's where you're going to need to do it, okay? I'll slip in a few hellos while we're waiting for the girls to arrive. Hi to David Snashfold and to Jacqueline Aquino and Ruben in Argentina. Steve Coe says hi. Jay O'Brien in Folsom, California. Also hi to Annie down under in Aussie. And just in case you're wondering, we're playing through a kind of a disco mix, one of the mixes I put together for tomorrow night for New Year's Eve at Pizza Express. I've just checked on the Pizza Express website through our link on the Smooth Jazz Events page. There are tickets left, but there are not very many, okay? So if you fancy coming along to Pizza Express tomorrow night to see me, Jessy J and G-Funk, this is the kind of fare you're going to be getting. Funked up smooth jazz, once again head on over to smoothjazzevents.co.uk. There's a booking link there, but there are literally about 6 tickets left, okay? So it's smoothjazzevents.co.uk for New Year's Eve at Pizza Express. You just heard Peter White and Bright mixed into Walter Beasley and Coolness. We'll do one more mix so you can hear what it's all going to sound like tomorrow night, and then my sales pattern will be done. Jessy should be here shortly. Appetite whetted, has it? There we go. That's Boney James there, of course, with Rick Braun. Grayson the Grass and a few others all mixed together. That's the kind of plan we've got for tomorrow night. And actually, to be honest with you, what we'll probably do as it gets nearer to midnight is we'll be sort of changing it more to a traditional kind of disco fare, perhaps a bit of 70s and 80s, because, hey, you need to really make sure you're dancing at your best. That's the plan for tomorrow night. Should be joining us soon, Jessy J, coming across from central London. Steph's bringing her over. They'll both be on the live show with me in a minute. And we'll be having a chat with Jessy. Have your questions ready. Make sure you're logged in. Once again, skyfmliveshow.com, okay? www.skyfmliveshow.com. Here. Hi to Monica Whitmer in Lancaster, California, and also to Lynn Kolb in Pittsburgh with 9 inches of snow. There's quite a lot of snow over the United States at the moment. For those of you who aren't following the news, it is very snowy there. A lot of people are snowed in. We're having a true taste of Christmas. Talking of Christmas, enjoying the lights while we've still got them, because of course next week they'll be gone, because it's back to normal and all the twinkle goes out of life again for a few years and months. Waiting the arrival of Jessy J, going to be joining me in the studio for 90 minutes of the show and having a chat and generally catching up with things, talking about perhaps tomorrow night and what she's going to be doing for New Year's Eve with us here at Pizza Express Jazz Club. Once again, if you've just joined the show and you're new to it, if you're listening in on Sky FM, then we do have a video feed. You can actually watch the show, which if you're going to be checking out the next sort of hour and a half or so, as we've got Jessy J on the show, video would be recommended. You can join us at skyfmliveshow.com. Again, it's www.skyfmliveshow.com. We'll see you over here at the video section. You've been with us. That's Huge Groove from his latest CD House of Groove, old.edu. And tomorrow night at Pizza Express, I shall be joined not only with Jessy, but these guys, at least 4/5 of them. This is Acoustic Alchemy. They also occasionally, and throughout the period between Christmas and New Year at Pizza Express, are doing a show in the name of G-Funk. That means that Greg Carmichael stays at home and the rest of the guys do a load of old soul classics. So they're on the bill tomorrow night, as is Jessy, as is myself. Here's the full lineup with Angel of the South. Acoustic Alchemy. Angel of the South, as if it needed any introduction at all. Kind of Raul Saavedra and Terry Malone, and our Harry as well in the group. And coming up next, and joining me live in the studio, is Jessy J. So don't go away, and don't forget, if you want to see the feed, you've never seen us live, then you need to come to skyfmliveshow.com. www.skyfmliveshow.com. Remember the night. So I remember the night you played this live. Ladies and gentlemen, Jessy J.
Hi, everybody.
Back in London.
Yes.
And not even passing through. You're actually here to do a gig.
That's right.
With me.
I know. We get to co-share the bill.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. We haven't figured out who's top yet. I guess it's you, really.
No.
Oh, nice to have you here. And did you fly in today? Or?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. So you're fully rested and over the jet lag and all that?
Oh, no. I decided I'm just going to stay on West Coast time.
Oh, really? Yeah, they all do that these days.
Yeah.
I know, it's huge group trying to do that for 10 days.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if he managed to do it, but he said he was definitely going
I
for
don't
that.
think you could do it for 10 days.
We're going to invite some people to ask us questions. We have a chat room here. Presumably you've already tweeted that you're here.
I
and
did.
Facebook that you're here.
I did.
We have an address that you can put out, which is skyfmliveshow.com, or one word. which means that people can watch the video and be part of it and all the rest of it as well, which is cool. That's that one, okay? And your questions for Jessy J, please. If you come to that, incidentally, which is skyfmliveshow.com, www.skyfmliveshow.com, then you can actually join us in the studio via the video link, and also you can join in via the chat room. We have a chat room here. You can ask your questions for Jessy, because I'm sure you've got loads, and we'd like to hear from you. I realise from looking at your feed that you've been to Japan since quite recently.
I just got back 2 weeks ago.
And how was that? Because that must be... Is it vastly different? I always imagine it's because they're a completely different kind of people, aren't they? They're very...
Totally different.
They're very honourable people.
Yes.
And they behave with almost impeccable manners, just like you.
Oh, thank you.
Which means you probably fitted in just great. But did you find it a big culture shock, or how was it?
Loved it.
Yeah?
Everyone there really loves jazz, so that to me was what I was impressed with the most. When we got there, they had everything set up for sound check, because we did have a show day the day we got there. But it was so nice just to be in the environment where everyone is very health conscious too, because the food is very healthy. No preservatives, lots of sushi, lots of vitamin drinks, which I love.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, you live on that, don't you?
I do.
Yeah,
They have this amazing multivitamin drink that it was really good. And like I said, the people were really fun. I got to meet some of your listeners, like Mimi.
Oh, Mimi!
You know
I think
Mimi?
she's around today, actually.
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah,
at the
she'll be up
shows.
late though, because it's very late now in Japan, obviously.
That's true. That's why also when I got to Japan, I switched to their time zone. Then coming back to LA, I was up all night. So when I got here, I decided I would just sleep during the day and stay up all night.
That must be difficult if you're going from LA to Japan, back to LA, then to England, and that's obviously
It's a little tricky.
Hell, yes.
Yeah.
It's very difficult, and it really takes its toll, doesn't it? I mean, it's a long time since I had jet lag, because it's a long time I've been anywhere that required it to sort of happen. But I found that when I did occur, I just completely lost it. I was completely all over the place.
You were just all over the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, something that helps me too is to exercise. So this morning I walked around. But the other thing, there's not that much sun here.
That's true.
So the sun really is the thing that wakes me up.
Oh dear. Well, there was a bit today, I think. Not much.
Not
but a
much,
bit. No.
yeah.
No, that's right. So, how long were you in Japan for? Was it
For a week.
For a week. And lots of shows, all the big clubs, or
Yeah, well, we had double shows every night in Tokyo.
yeah.
So it was 4 nights, double shows, so 8 shows.
Any tremors while you were there? Because they have lots of earthquakes, don't they?
No tremors this time.
Mind you, you're used to that, because LA gets tremors as well.
LA does too. The ones in Tokyo are much stronger though.
Yeah, well, especially the big one they had.
Yeah.
That was big. But and I've heard, now I may be wrong about this, but I've heard that Japanese audiences are quite polite. They clap for like 5 seconds or something and then stop.
They so cute though.
Do
I
they
love
do
it.
that? Do they generally do that?
They really do enjoy the music and they clap, and then when you say, okay, thank you very much, what do you think about this? And then they get more into it.
Right.
Then by the end of the night, people are dancing.
And I had a really amazing story. I think it was Rick Braun who told me this. He said that he went to Japan and they did a sound check the day before they were going to be doing the show. So what they did was that they did the whole sound check, set it all up, and they were told that the people who managed the stage would sort it all out for them for the following day. He said, and they were taking photographs of everything the way it was.
Oh yeah.
He said, and they did that. He said, and then we got back the following day. He said, and it was all exactly as it had been.
Yes.
The position of everything was exactly the same.
Exactly.
He said, even to the point where the keyboard player left a packet of cigarettes on the keyboard at sort of 45 degrees with 3 cigarettes missing. And when he got back, there was a packet of cigarettes there. Not the same packet, because he'd taken it with him, but and it had 3 cigarettes in it. He said that they'd been that precise about the detail.
Amazing.
So, I mean, presumably you wouldn't know about that, because obviously
Oh.
I'm a smoker, but I mean, that is like perfection, isn't it?
Yes,
That really is
they're
perfection.
very meticulous. And same thing when we were on the stage. I have a routine too before I go on. I don't know if you noticed, but I have my reeds in a reed case. So every time, the reed case would be right where I needed it for my reeds. And
Oh, really?
It's just
Well, you'd
great.
like that, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I love it.
All that kind of treatment you'd enjoy. Yeah.
Why not?
Of course,
It's
yeah.
nice. And the massages. I had a shiatsu massage, and we went to a bathhouse,
Right.
and that was probably the funnest
You had
thing.
baths as well. Yeah.
Yes, the hot mineral bath, and then we had another type of massage. Just the massages there in general are really good.
Yeah. Oh, right. I had no idea. I must go to Japan. I've never been. Oh, somebody's asking here, are you going to be playing sax and keyboards on New Year's Eve? I think it's just sax, isn't it? Because
Yeah, just
Fred
sax.
White will be doing all the keys,
Yep,
won't he?
yep.
Have you been rehearsing with the guys, though? So have you had a chance yet, have you?
Well, we didn't rehearse. We're just gonna jam.
Yeah. See what happens. Should be interesting.
It'll be fun.
Somebody wants to know here, Mike on his bike wants to know if you ride a bike.
I do ride a bike. I
Do you?
do. I love bikes. Yeah. I do have a beach cruiser. It's a really beautiful bike. And I ride it at the beach. Sometimes I ride it around. But I do spinning classes too at the gym, which is fun.
Wow. Oh, isn't it really high energy, though? I've got a
It
friend who
is.
actually teaches that kind of thing.
It's great.
And it's sort of like 150 beats a minute, really.
Yeah. And you side to side, up and down, back and forth.
You must be fit then.
Well, I try to stay active. So.
I see. Well, hopefully Steph's going to join us any second now, because we could do with getting some questions and I can't monitor it all. So we'll skip on with another song.
Okay.
We're going to play Tropical Rain.
Cool.
Your questions for Jessy J, bring them in now on the chat, because hopefully Steph will be joining us and she can monitor it and let me know what the questions are, because I can't do everything at once.
Okay. That
Hang
was
in
a
there.
good question. What kind of reeds do you use? Or was it?
We'll do it in a minute.
Okay.
Tropical rain. Well, we had plenty of rain, I'm sure, since you got here, but no tropical rain.
No tropical rain. You have to have a palm tree for it to be tropical.
That's true. We've got a palm tree in the back garden.
Oh, really?
You can stand under that if you like.
A real one.
Get the feeling for it. Yeah, just had a question which somebody wanted to ask you. This is Christian, one of our many Christians, who wants to know if you travel, what's the thing you never travel without? Passport, presumably.
Okay, I have forgotten that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've forgotten the flight before. We won't go into that, though.
Okay, so sometimes I forget things. Luckily, I've never forgotten my saxophones.
That would be handy. Yeah.
So that's something I always travel with. But realistically, let's see. Other things I love to spray my room with like nice smelling things.
Right. Okay.
So I travel with these little body fragrance sprays. So I spray it in the room. It helps me fall asleep and relax. Also on the airplane, I spray it on my seat.
Right.
So
okay.
it's a little weird. Yeah, I know, but
I'm not sitting in judgment here. I'm just sitting and nodding a lot. Yeah.
It makes me feel more at ease, and I feel like at home. Sometimes I have a little small candle too.
Do you want to spray something here? Or?
No, we're all good.
We smell okay, do we?
It might be a good idea to spray something.
Your point being?
But no point at all. None whatsoever.
Steph, who's off camera today?
And will remain that way.
She looks lovely as always.
Oh, thank you, Jessy.
But nobody else is going to know. Did we have any more questions, Steph, since you're now in the chair?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, we had a question, actually. From Christian Nordstrom, the photographer. He's asking, do you remember your gig in Augsburg at the Smooth Jazz Festival? How did you like it? And will you return to Germany again one day?
Hi, Christian. Good to see you online. Yes, I want to go back to Germany. It was fabulous. It was absolutely amazing.
As your manager's sitting behind you, we ought to ask him, really, shouldn't we?
I can't shout that loud.
You can shout as loud as you like, Stuart. It's okay.
We love Germany, yeah, and I want to go back very soon. They're also a community that's really supportive of jazz, and they
Yeah, they like jazz. Yeah.
I have a video
Do you?
of the Germany gig, and the people were like going like this with their beer in the
Oh,
background.
the Germans always do that, though.
Yeah, it was really.
Give them a beer glass, they'll sway a lot. They sway even more as the evening goes on as well, apparently. Yeah, it's a very German thing to do.
It was really
yeah.
fun.
Were they wearing lederhosen and all of that? Is that?
No, but to jazz, to my show, they were swinging.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So I thought that was
I'm
interesting.
just trying to see if
That's
it's
lovely.
a swinging kind of thing. Well, jazz is swinging, isn't it? Yeah, well.
Jazz is a swing.
Any more
So,
questions, Steph, before
yeah.
I dig myself in a hole I can't get out of?
Well, actually, there's a special greeting to Jessy from someone whose username is Juve60. Also heard in Pereira, Colombia. Thank you for your music. Can you please give greetings in Spanish Latin, please, for the radio station RAC Cultural Pereira 97.7 FM?
Off you go.
Hola, muchas gracias. Yo soy Jessy J. Están escuchando Cultural Pereira 97.7 FM.
Sounded right to me.
That sounded
Thank
great.
you.
I reckon
I
that
hope I
probably-
did all right.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you did.
Well, you've got fluent, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. Well, in that case, it must have been fine.
I'm sure it was perfect.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
A question from Harry Nethercote. Now, Harry is one of our youngest listeners. He's our Sky FM Smooth Jazz mascot, and he's learning to play the saxophone.
Cute.
And he wants to know what your saxophone history is, as in types, and what's your dream saxophone?
Well, I actually have my dream saxophone.
Really? I mean, there's nothing you'd want more in the world than the one you've got. And why is it so special?
I have a really awesome mint condition. It's a old saxophone, Selmer Paris Mark VI, and I don't even travel with it. That's how special this instrument
Right,
is.
okay.
It stays at home. It stays in the case. I use it for recording, but when I travel, I have my also Selmer Paris Super Action 80 Series too.
Oh, I see.
So I
So
love it.
you're sorted then, really. There's nothing else for it. You're done.
I'm really thankful. Actually, I have a good story about how I found my saxophone.
Oh, go on then. Yeah.
I was touring with guitars and saxes with Gerald Albright, and somebody brought him this tenor saxophone. They said, Gerald, we have an awesome horn for you. And he said, I already have my saxophone. I'm all good. But luckily, I was standing next to Gerald, and I said, well, can we see it just in case? Because I was still dreaming about having a nice mint saxophone. And he brought it backstage, and I played it, and Gerald was like, you have to get that horn.
And can we ask how much, or is that rude?
It was quite expensive, but it was worth it. It's worth it.
5 figures or 4 figures?
No.
4.
Wait. 5.
Ouch. Well, that could be anything up to 99,000.
No. Very low. Let's say almost 4.
Right. Okay. Oh, right.
Yeah. Not too crazy, but it is a great saxophone.
Well, it need to be for that. I wanted to play itself, to be honest with you. Do you? I have a question for you because having had Huge Groove here for about 10 days, he's very obsessed about his reeds. He has like loads of them all lined up and tests them all.
Yeah.
And another sax player, Richard Elliott, who you've surely heard of, said to me that he thinks that Huge is in search of the perfect reed, and he said, but he'll never find it. And I just wondered what you thought about that. Is that the case? Are you like that, or do you? And have you found a good one occasionally?
I'm reed obsessed as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. So how many do you go through of an evening?
Saxophone thing. I actually do it before the gig. So before I come on a tour.
Well, he doesn't do it on stage. I mean,
I know. But he does it before every show almost, because we tour together, guitars and saxes. I do it before a set of gigs. So I'll find 2 or 3 reeds that I absolutely love, and I just circulate those 2 or 3.
Ah, right.
So I don't do it every day because that would drive me crazy.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of obsessive about it.
So I call it a reed party. I put all my reeds, dump them out of the box.
You don't give them names, do you?
No. But I dump them out.
Do you talk to your reeds?
Yes, I do.
Oh, God. Okay.
And then I start, picking the ones that I like. If it's not good right away, toss it out. Then if it's okay, put it in a pile, and I'll try it again the next day. And then if it's better, sometimes they take time to work in a reed. But I use a Rico reeds, plastic cover size 2.
Right.
Tenor saxophone reeds, and to me they play really great with
You keep looking at me as I'm going to understand. But
well,
I'm just nodding
you
a
know
lot.
so many saxophone players.
I do, yeah, that's true. Do you have a humidifier? He has a humidifier.
I do have a humidifier.
Oh, so it's very important then to get it all right.
You have to really be on top of it. It's your sound, it's your voice, it's everything.
And what's the life expectancy of a reed?
Oh, maybe a month or so.
Really? I don't think Huge uses them. I think one night and that's it.
Yeah. Well, he uses the cane reed too, which is a little bit different. Because mine are covered with plastic, so they're meant to last a little bit longer.
He wouldn't do that though.
Because you know who
purist,
uses?
Isn't he?
Yeah. Boney James also uses a plastic cover, and so does Dave Koz.
Oh, I never knew that. No.
So we're all in the same group.
And now, why is it that he wouldn't use a plastic one? Is it because he's a purist, or
He likes the cane. It vibrates differently. The
Right.
plastic has more of a shrill sound, and the cane is a little bit darker.
Right, okay. Oh, that's interesting. So are certain players' sounds purely down to the reed then? Because I always assumed there was some kind of style of playing which gave a person a particular sound. Because Boney James got his own sound, you've got a sound very, very unique to you, and lots of other guys have as well. Joel's quite a shrill sound, isn't he? And David Sanborn's very sort of quite harsh sound.
You know, we should make you an honorary saxophonist because you know so much about the instrument and the reeds.
Do you know, I've never tried it. And of course, I've always assumed that nobody would ever let me near there. And if I did, I'd sound like a goose or something, wouldn't I?
You can try mine.
Could I? Oh,
Yeah.
Jessy, you're so
So
kind.
sweet.
Obviously, that Huge Groove, you tell me to go to hell. Any more questions, Dave?
Yes, there are some more questions.
I'll tell you what, let's hold them, because let's play another song and give you a chance to catch up with yourself and everybody else a chance to catch up. Your questions, please, for Jessy J. We're at skyfmliveshow.com. That's www.skyfmliveshow.com, and then you can join us in the chat room and leave your question for Jessy. There's also various Facebook places that you can do the honours as well. And I've just pressed the wrong button there. Hold on a second. There we go. I've now pressed the wrong button again. Excuse me.
Ooh, they want to see you play the saxophone tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not going to happen tomorrow.
Yes, we should video it.
Oh, no.
And put it on.
No, no,
what a
no.
great
That's
idea.
not going to happen. Don't go buy any tickets on the foot. I'll be doing what I do best. Actually, sleeping's what I do best. I won't do that. I'll be doing the second thing I do best.
Sky.
About shoes. That's Tequila Moon. That's where it all started.
That's right.
Why was it? Why did you call it Tequila Moon?
Because I'm Mexican, and Mexicans like tequila. I'm just joking.
And they like to moon?
We named it Tequila Moon because I was working with Paul Brown, and we wanted to have a name that had something Latin associated it.
Right.
You know, and I do really like margaritas. Margaritas have tequila.
Yeah.
So we were thinking tequila, and then the moon represents having a good time with friends. So just having drinks with friends under the moon, relaxing, enjoying jazz, and enjoying each other.
Talking of which, a new album? So a new one?
Yes, number 4. I can't believe it's gone by so fast.
It's been quite a while, hasn't it? It's been like 2 years. So
well, about a year and 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hot Sauce came out last September, and we released it here in the UK. Do you remember that?
Yes, actually, it came out briefly. I think just a few days earlier here in the UK.
Had the
or did we have? Or did we just get some copies earlier and we were giving them, not giving them away, but selling them at the gig?
Yeah, I think it was released a week earlier in the UK than it was in the US. It was fabulous.
Yeah.
We should do that again.
Yeah, I'll talk to the record company.
Okay, you work it out?
Or perhaps Stuart, because Stuart knows how to do these things. Stuart being the boss behind.
Correct.
Off camera.
Yeah.
And who we now is a celebrity in
He
China
is.
because of his age.
No, Stuart's very famous in China.
But then we would be too, because we're all over the old Chinese style.
Yeah, we're very old too.
Yeah, Jess is the only one who still have a career in China.
Oh, please.
Are you planning on playing China? You got any plans, Stuart, for Jessy in China?
We'll see, it would be great to do, actually.
Yeah.
Be fantastic.
That means no, not yet, but he's
It means, well,
just had an idea.
soon. Actually, we're doing Malaysia next year, so
that'd
I'll be
cool.
out there. And then
You've been there before, though, haven't you? You've done Bali and you...
No, this is my first time to Malaysia.
Oh, right, okay.
I've done Jakarta.
Oh,
The
right.
Jakarta
Close.
Jazz Festival. Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to walk it, though.
Ta.
Any more questions?
Rocco Ventrella's on chat here, and he's saying hi to Jessy.
Hi, Rocco.
We've got some quite personal questions. There's one from Christian Nordstrom, the photographer. He wants to know if you're single.
Yes, I am single. I'm happily single. I'm enjoying life. And I was telling Steph earlier, we were just joking. But I asked Santa for a boyfriend, but he didn't bring one, so I have to wait till next year.
Well, there might be some contenders at New Year's Eve tomorrow, Jessy.
There will be,
Perhaps.
especially as the night goes on.
Yes, I think, yes, you'll have quite a few people to beat off there. Okay, another question for you. It's from Ken Gerard, and he wants to know, what do you find the difference is between an old sax and a newer sax? Is there a...
There definitely is. The material that they used to make the Mark VI saxophones had a different, just the metal back then was thicker. So I think the vintage horns have that thickness and the robust sound. Now the newer horns are made with new metal, and it's the time and precision to me isn't as exquisite, but I mean the new horns are really nice. My favorite newer horns are the reference models from Selmer Paris. So they actually reference 1964, 1954, the 19 earlier horns.
Oh, right. Does that mean we're likely to get a change in sound throughout the industry now, do you think, as a result of that?
No.
Or less people, I mean, I suppose it's got to be somebody who particularly wants to go for that.
Yeah, it depends. So just having drinks with friends under the moon, different, just the metal back then was thicker. So I think the vintage horns have that thickness and the robust sound. Now the newer horns are made with new metal, and it's the time and precision to me isn't as exquisite, but I mean the new horns are really nice. My favorite newer horns are the reference models from Selmer Paris. So they actually reference 1964, 1954, the 19 earlier horns.
Oh, right. Does that mean we're likely to get a change in sound throughout the industry now, do you think, as a result of that? No. Or less people, I mean, I suppose it's got to be somebody who particularly wants to go for that.
Yeah, it depends on the person. I mean, I think most people have their favorite instrument already. So, but I mean, the reference horns have been pretty popular.
I noticed that Mindy had her sax rebuilt recently. And that's funny. Why?
No, it's not funny at all. No.
And I was just wondering, is that the option if you get to a point where the sax is a bit over the hill, but you love it so much? Would you have your sax rebuilt, or would you just move on and get another one?
Yeah, I think maybe it's overhauled when you take the pads off and they redo the pads and the resonators and the springs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good. I recommend it for everyone that's had a sax for more than 5 years. It's good to get it overhauled because it's just like tuning up your car. You need to really.
So you wouldn't want to part with your regular.
I would never
sax.
sell my saxophones.
Right, so you would have it overhauled.
Yeah, I've had them overhauled.
Stuff, more questions?
Papa Logan's just popped up here saying he thinks Santa should be fired. He failed you.
Well, I don't know. There's a reason for everything. So maybe I'm supposed to be single for a while.
Well, this is true. Things happen for a reason.
Yes.
Chris Parsons here. He's asking, are you looking forward to playing with G-Funk?
I love G-Funk. The Grangers, Fred and Miles, we've played together several times. We did New Year's 2 years ago. And then also I did some gigs with the Grangers in like Washington D.C. area, Baltimore. We went to Philadelphia, and they're so fun. They're
great.
Oh,
They're
they
nice
are
guys
great
as well.
guys.
They really are great guys. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Gosh, somebody here, Jimmy Hunter wants to know where you went to high school.
Oh, I went to Hemet High School. It's in the city of Hemet, California. Yep, I was a band nerd. Band geek.
A band geek.
Oh.
Yeah, big time.
Explain that. What?
All I did was band. I did jazz band, marching band, concert band, wind ensemble. I was the band president.
Well, you knew what you were going to do. That's all right.
Yeah,
You
but
always wanted to be a musician, so.
I always did, but I was the major bando.
Right, and are you finding new things now? I mean, I'm not saying you know it all because that sounds ridiculous, but do you think you're going in a different direction? Are you moving? Are you evolving? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, as a person or a musician?
I mean, musically. As
Musically.
a person, that would be very impersonal. I shouldn't do that.
Musically, I'm always trying to evolve. I've been playing more piano lately, which brings out different voicings in the songs, which create different melodies and different just style of playing. But in general, I think I know the direction that I want to go in. I found my passion, which is performing live and doing music and writing and all of those things. But I'm definitely always searching for new music, listening. I went to Amoeba Records the other day and listened to all the CDs that they have, thousands, millions of CDs. And I just try to get, stay inspired constantly.
Would you consider putting keyboards into your act?
Well, actually, on my new CD, I'm going to record a song on keyboards. And I have put keyboards in the act. Last year I did a gig where I sang and played piano.
Ah, right.
Yes.
Because I noticed we had Peter White do that earlier this year, didn't we?
Yes.
He was doing a show with Dave Cos at Pizza Express. It was just the two of them.
Nice.
And at one point, he decided he was going to play keys, and I'd never seen him do that. Well, I know he did, but I knew he did, but he didn't. I'd never seen him do it. And he got on the keyboards, and Dave played the sax, and Peter played keys. So it was all very cool.
Fun. It's fun to change it.
Trouble is, it means that if you came here, we'd have to hire keyboards for one song. That wouldn't work.
You play the grand piano.
Yeah, that's true. They've got a huge piano at Pizza Express.
Oh, nice.
Do you play piano?
I do
or
play
is it,
piano.
Do you prefer keys, or would you like to sit down on a big piano one
I
day?
love acoustic piano.
Yeah? Oh, right. You're easy to please then, really.
A question from Carl Wolfgang, and he wants to know where Jessy sees the genre going in the next few years or so.
Oh, it's a great question. I think a lot of people have been saying that jazz in general has been oversaturated with not enough, or I don't know, it's just people say different things. And I would tend to agree with that. I think now people are starting to really appreciate, jazz. Because in America, people sometimes take it for granted. Because there's so many Americans that play jazz, and it's, an art form that was birthed there. Now, when I go to other countries and I see how much people love jazz, and Stuart and I were just talking about this the other day, it's like international performances are very impactful. Like, when I was in Japan, they loved the music, they really appreciate how much time we put into it as artists. And when we come here, you guys have a great following, so many fans. And same with other tours that we've done, like Germany and etc., Jakarta. So to me, I see the world as much smaller now because of the internet and everything.
Definitely. Yeah, that's changed everything.
So I think the world of jazz is growing. It's constantly growing, evolving, and I think more people from around the world are experiencing it and loving it.
We'll come back to that. I thought I'd play next because we were talking about the fact you're looking for men that we'd play True Love.
Oh, lurking. Okay.
So just to inspire, the outer ethos that maybe something might come through for you.
Okay.
go. We put it out there. True love. Finding a man that's into true love, that'll be difficult. So we're asking questions for Jessy. If you've not asked one yet, come along. We're on Facebook, obviously, facebook.com/Sky Smooth Jazz. And also, if you come to our live show page where we have the video feed so you can watch us do it all, then you can ask your question there because we have a chat room. That's at skyfmliveshow.com. That's www.skyfmliveshow.com. There you go. Jessy J and Steph here asking questions, doing hard work. Really, I'm just sitting here nodding a lot.
Yes, oh, no change there then. A question from someone in India, actually, Jessy.
Wow.
Wants to know if you're planning to go to India in the near future to tour or to play. He says you've got a lot of fans out there.
Oh, I would love to go to India. It's definitely on my to-do list.
I must admit, we don't get many. I mean, India doesn't come up high on the list of places that we service, to use a pretty poor word to pick out the ether there. I don't know why. I'm guessing. I mean, I think the question that came up before was about smooth jazz, particularly. Where do you think that's going?
Yeah, I kind of put it in the category of jazz. Jazz is, a very unique art, and people really do appreciate it all over the world. So I think jazz is going to be more global.
Well, I think your smooth jazz leans nearer to jazz than some of the others do, because you've got quite a lot of bossa nova in there, and samba and stuff like that, which I suppose is more jazzy, whereas smooth jazz has a more traditional sort of poppy kind of feel about it overall, isn't it? I think.
That's true. I grew up listening to traditional jazz and also Sergio Mendes and all of those musics, and also classical pianist. I was trained. So, and I think all the musical influences come together when I perform and write music. So that's maybe why. And I also try to take a global appeal because I listen to music from India. I listen to music from all over. And it's all beautiful to me. Sometimes I don't understand the words. Like, have you seen that movie Slumdog Millionaire?
Never saw it.
Oh, the music in it is fantastic. I bought the soundtrack, and I really like Bollywood.
Yeah.
So I find myself,
I heard the soundtrack. Was it AJ Rahman who?
Yeah, something like AR.
That's it. Fantastic music.
Yes, and so I'm a big fan of his. So I've listened to his music. But like Bollywood is another example of music that I love from India. So when I watch Bollywood movies, I find myself dancing and singing and doing all the moves.
Any chance of seeing you in a sari anytime soon?
Why not?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you'd be hook, line and sinker then. You'd be straight in there.
A sari is the outfit, right?
That's the that's the many
so
sheets of
pretty.
the dressing.
I like the gold fabric that they have throughout it, the threading. It's just beautiful to me.
Okay.
And I also love yoga. And I love Indian food.
Oh, I love yoga.
Okay. Yeah, well,
and Indian food.
That's a hint that we're going for a curry later then. Any more questions, Steph? We're looking for questions for Jessy, by the way, folks. If you're tuned in and haven't participated yet, we need some questions for Jessy. Serious ones. Well, not necessarily serious, but
good ones.
Good ones, yeah, good questions.
Well, Carl Wolfgang wants to know if you have a favourite venue, and if so, which one is it and why?
Don't
Such
say
a hard
Pizza
question.
Express, because that would just be corny, wouldn't it?
Okay. How about Royal Albert Hall? It's one of my favorites. That and Carnegie Hall are my two favorite venues.
Where did you play the elbow then? Who were you?
With Michael Bolton.
Of course.
Yeah,
of
I stopped by the
course.
Pizza Express after. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think I jammed with Peter White.
Wonderful.
That was in 2009.
Amazing, yeah.
You remember?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I love the Royal Albert Hall as well as Carnegie Hall. I love the history and the tradition because when I go to those venues, I think of all the people that were there before, and I try to, it really, it just blows my mind. Think about that.
Steph.
Well, somebody's commenting on my funny British accent. Tuxsack saying, I said I saw it, but it sounds like I saw it. Okay. That's my funny British accent.
Which is a bit croaky today as well. She's got the voice thing that I had the other day. So,
Yes.
so it's disappearing fast. So we're actually
Husky and sensual.
absolutely.
That's me. Oh, yes.
Forgot to mention sensual. Yes, sorry.
Yes, you forgot that. But Tuxsax, who does think I have a very strange accent, wants to ask Jessy a question. If you were to make a classical standard jazz tune cover, what would it be?
Probably something by Rachmaninoff because I love the chords in his music. The impressionistic composer.
I thought it was going to be a tough question, but clearly not.
No.
I've thought about it before. I've actually performed and arranged some classical music for jazz before. So I love the harmonies. That's what draws me to it.
So we might see one then. We might
I don't know if I'll ever record it. It's just for fun. I do these little things for fun.
How many songs do you have in the vault that you've started but never finished?
A lot. I don't know, maybe 100 or a little
Oh
bit
wow!
more than that.
And do any of them ever get out of the vault, or once they're in the vault, they're there for they never see the light of day again?
Oh no, they're coming out because I usually use them for when I'm making my new CDs. Like right now, I'm picking my favorite ones that I've written in the past and kind of going through them, thinking about the ideas, the concept, and it's my favorite part about being a musician is creating it.
And how much of the new album is done?
In my head or in real life?
Well, both.
Okay, I would say about 50% is done in my head.
Right. Okay.
And 50% is still being worked out in real life.
So you're about half done already.
Okay.
Have a figure?
So Tuck Sax was actually talking about jazz standards
Yes.
that you might like to. Any jazz standards you'd like to cover?
Oh, let's see. Yeah. Well, just today we drove by the British Museum. It reminded me of a foggy day.
Oh, wonderful.
That's a fun song, but I don't know if I'll ever record a jazz standard unless it really has a great arrangement to it. There's been so many wonderful recordings already. I don't want to just redo something that's been done. It would have to really speak to that project specifically.
So where are you off to next after you've done the show here? Assuming you're going back home, or have you got shows to do somewhere?
I'm going back home, and then I'm getting ready for the NAMM show, which is a big
Oh, yeah.
convention. So I'll be playing there at the Summer Saxophone booth on Friday and also on Sunday. So that's going to be really nice. And then there's going to be a lot of events too, like jam sessions throughout the festival there, the NAMM. So I'll be doing that, and then
It's kind of geeky stuff, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, saxophone
all the
geek.
musicians do the geeky NAMM thing.
we love it.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're going to be going to the East Coast. Scullers in Boston and some other venues there.
Oh, right, okay.
And then I mentioned earlier, Malaysia is coming up.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That'll be
Great.
warmer.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you live in quite a warm climate anyway, so you're okay. It's only coming here that's cold, isn't it? Really.
Well, I can't wait because I've never been to Malaysia, so it'll be a new adventure.
I think it's quite humid out there, actually. I can't remember right. Not that I remember right. I've never been there, but I'm told.
Yeah.
How are the questions going, Steph?
Yeah, we've got a few here. One from Christian, not the photographer Christian. I think this Christian lives in Portugal. How long did it take you to get to the playing standard you're at now with the sax? Would you say it's hard to learn to play for beginners?
The saxophone, I think, is one of the easiest instruments because it's not like the trumpet where you have to hear the sound and then make it. It's more just you push the key and it comes out.
Right.
So it's much like typing on a keyboard. You create a series of notes, it will be a song. And for me, it took me my whole life to be a good saxophonist. It takes a long time, a lot of hard work and dedication, practice, so many things to do. But if you really want to do it, then go ahead because there's always room for great musicians.
But you didn't start with the sax, did you? You started on keys, didn't you?
Yeah, piano was my first. So I started saxophone when I was 9.
Right. And from then onwards, it was a love affair. You just decided that's the instrument for me, or
Yes, it was of the personality of the sound, and for me, I could express my thoughts and feelings more passionately through the saxophone than I could in words. So it became my voice.
Oh, I see. So, okay. And how long have you done? So 9. You've done piano before that. So you really did start young then. Wow. And how many years of piano?
Let's see, forever.
You started at 2.
No. When I was 4, I started piano.
Okay, that's okay, fair enough. Right, let's have a track from the latest album, soon to be superseded by a new album. Not that far away.
Someone's getting sore.
What's that? My question's not important.
No. This is Tim Robinson.
We'll ask in a minute. Hold on a second, because we'll play a song first. This is Meant to Be. to be
Yes.
from hot sauce.
Sauce.
Hot sauce. You say sauce. You'd say
Sauce.
sat.
Hot sauce.
Sat. Yeah. We were discussing Americans don't say. What was the word we were looking at? We were talking about yesterday.
Sore?
Job, wasn't it?
Job, yes.
Job. Americans say jub.
Job.
J-U-B for job.
Job.
Jub.
Job.
Jab.
Jab.
Sorry, I'm making fun of the Americans.
Okay.
No, that's not very
Now, the
nice.
person who just we were somebody asked a question about when are you playing so and so. We tend to not encourage those questions because they're either on the website or she doesn't know. Because if it's not on the website, she doesn't know when she's playing so and so next. That's why we tend not to ask those, isn't it?
Well, yes, and apologies to Terry, because Terry asked the question, which got sort of... Well, I lost it, actually, to be honest. The chat thread goes so quickly, and I tend to sort of lose questions, and I knew she'd asked something, and I also called her Tim, which is awful, because I thought she was Tim Robinson, so apologies, Terry, I'm so sorry. But, Jessy, are you going to be playing in Montana, which I think was where Terry was asking about?
Yeah, I would love to play in Montana. The thing is, I love to play, so anywhere, I will play anywhere at any time
Just
because I
turn on the
love to do
lights.
it.
She'll be there.
Open that fridge door.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get me out there and I'll play.
Excellent.
So more questions then. I think you've got some, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I've got to sort of trail
got to find
backwards
them
and find them
Yeah,
now.
she's not on. She's a bit under the weather today.
Oh, yes,
Do you want to talk about clothes for 15 minutes while we're waiting?
No.
No,
Okay.
Reverend K had a question. He wanted
Makes
to know if
change.
Jessy had ever played a sterling silver horn.
I have played a sterling silver horn, like at the NAMM show, and I've borrowed people's instruments before, but I love the original lacquer. It's my favorite texture for a saxophone.
Wow.
I didn't understand any of that, actually. I don't know what sterling... I suppose sterling silver is a sax made of sterling silver, I guess.
I guess. Must be
That
very nice.
They would be expensive, wouldn't they?
Now, another question. This is from